do? It's your boy Cinco Band's the man, looking like 100 grand. You know I got the plan, and I can't do it without you. We bike. Yeah, we bike, man. The most valuable podcast, episode 71. We are back in this thing. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, we back in this thing, man. Like cook cracking this thing, man. You dig? And, we back at this Diddy trial, man. We about to check out this verdict, this update. You know what I'm saying? My boy Act already on. Let's check this shit out. You dig? If you on your way to work, if you on your way to school, if you on the way to one of your little I say again, if you on your way to work, if you on your way to school, if you on your way to one of your little we are live with the most valuable podcast, and I'm your host with the most. You already know, from the West Coast, Cinco Band's the man. Bands for 2 C's because they sleeping on me. We back for this Diddy verdict, man. Are they gonna find him guilty? Are they gonna find him innocent? We need to know. We gonna get to the bottom of it. You dig?
Epic 4th of July sale is on. Take 20% off bog bags and igloo coolers. 25% off Stanley drinkware. $200 off Callaway irons and TaylorMade
Let's go.
Hey Dizzy, give her a follow on X. She's really good. And yes, I see. So I was gonna say that I do see a lot of the comments on YouTube, and I don't respond to all of them because at the end of the day, my fingers have been hurting from notes. But you guys have been so nice, and there's been some like hard days, I would say.
There's one for the nation.
It felt pretty exhausting. It felt I don't know, like a lot, but your comments have been just so nice. So thank you. Say my channel's name. Oh, Repo is live in the chat. Straight from AK Lauren. Oh, thank you so much. That's so nice. Say my channel's name. It is Pop Crime TV. Pop Crime TV. Thank you so much. So yeah, don't forget to sub and like for more cases and more coverage after this. Let me see. I know Dizzy is the closest that I kind of have to a mod at this second. Oh hey MJ, you're amazing too. I would say MJ is also pretty close to what you've heard as a whole. But once you read the law and the instructions, you're like, oh shoot, this is harder. Oh, thank you so much, King Buck. But what I will say again, and I said this yesterday on Academics' show, and I think I've said this before, number one, if the jury feels like a certain witness, their testimony is just not reliable, they can toss that out. They can toss everything they said out. Which, you know, I had spoken about Capricorn Clark. I think that I was I don't think in my entire history of following trials, which has only been a couple of years, I have never changed my mind so much between a direct examination and a cross-examination. I will tell you, Capricorn Clark, during her direct examination, for the most part, I was like, wow, this is an incredibly important witness for the government. She just made things very complicated for the defense. And then when Agnifilo did his cross, oh,
beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you for that comment too.
Really made me think about everything she said as a whole, because he got her to say certain things that she was like, well, actually, I don't really remember. And then during his summation, when he put it all together at how she remembered this car chase in vivid detail. I mean, he read through the transcript, vivid detail, but Kid Cudi and the cop who was there had no recollection of it at all. I was like, oh my gosh, well, if she remembered that in vivid detail and nobody else remembered anything, that's number one. Number two, the whole thing about Lauren London.
By the way, I said this before, and I'm doubling down on it. I know Young Thug got on X and called Kid Cudi a snitch, but I actually can't tell if I don't think Kid Cudi went up there to help Cassie. I don't think he hates Cassie, but I think he looks back at that period and he's probably a little bit bitter about it on both sides. In reality, he was in a love triangle and he got eaten up and chewed up, pause, by Cassie and Diddy, right? He got no recourse. Yeah, he got to bang Cassie for a little bit, but in reality, his shit got broken. His house got broken into. Cassie wasn't paying him back for nothing. Cassie was just like, oh, that's Puff. Cassie supposedly gave the address to his house to Puff, right? You heard what he said on the stand. At the end of the day, she played us both. I have to believe that she, that Kid Cudi, I don't think Kid Cudi went up there to send Diddy to jail. I think he went up there to speak his piece. But if anything, I think his testimony helped Diddy. Now, granted, you know, I want to be fair. Like, did he say, yeah, I asked Sean about the car? Yeah, but he could have lied. He could have said, yeah, Sean told me, yeah, I did that. And what, Playboy? You know what he said? Diddy told him, what car?
Being on the phone when she called Cudi and Cassie, and then also the gun thing being in question. She told Lauren London
Hey, I would have said what car too. Shit.
Mentioned the gun to Cudi, even though he was on his way over to Diddy's house or his house with Diddy in there. That just made me rethink her entire testimony, and I think where that could help the defense if the jury felt the same way. Maybe they didn't. That right there goes to her kidnapping. That also goes to forced labor, which is the whole, she was owed overtime and Diddy ripped up this $80,000 note that she was owed. And again, I'm more inclined to believe that the overtime, like that probably did happen. However, based on everything else she said, is the jury going to say, well, I don't know, none of this stuff was reliable. But so that's where I'm thinking, you know, certain witnesses could, for the defense, or I'm sorry, for the government, could actually help Diddy if their entire testimony, the jury thinks that it, you know, it wasn't great anyway. So let me see. Let me see.
Lindell, see you out here.
Thank you guys. You're so nice. Lauren, sorry for an unrelated question. What was your reaction to the Karen Reed verdict?
Chat, let me tell you this. And you know, I'm gonna tell you another reason why I like showing love to smaller creators. When you do this, trust me, as a smaller creator, when you're grinding, you start developing a little resentment because, like, you may reach out to people or whatever. It kills the potential hater in you. Trust, right? Because you know somebody fucks with you and somebody's trying to it just gives you encouragement. So I love what you guys are doing, and I think she just ended, but I just want to tell you guys thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you guys. Obviously I had a little funny comments in there, but you guys made me look amazing, and I'm always proud of the audience we have. Trust me, like, I wear y'all on my back, and obviously y'all rep me to the fullest, so I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. All right, anyway, all right, I'm gonna play a couple more minutes of this, and then we're gonna get back to a couple more tweets. We are gonna not only focus on this, especially as lunchtime comes around. I'm gonna text Lauren. I'm gonna tell him, like, we don't have to what do you call it again? We don't have to do something before the end of the court date. Like, you know what I mean? 20 hours anyway, it's fine. So we could do it after court. I'll still do an 8-hour live stream, right? So I'm gonna stream until 5, right?
So nice. What is this? Thank you, Cobby K. That's an interesting name. Is that short for something? Just wondering. Let me know if this was OJ targeted after.
By the way, it was very well. She was in the main courtroom, but apparently in the overflow room. So remember the names, the victims or potential victims that went by pseudonyms. There was no box covering their face. You could see them. You know who they are, So this anonymity thing is I think it was a stretch for the government to believe that people wouldn't find out who these people are. Apparently, even in the overflow room, which had cameras that would show what was going on in the courtroom, there's no censoring, so you would be able to see these people. And you know what I was shocked by? I don't know if you guys caught that during the live yesterday, what I did with both of them. They said that when they would play the freak off tapes, you would hear light moans. Like you could hear the moans because they were coming through the headphones. So I'm like, oh shit. So obviously they didn't show like the fucking, but you would be able to hear like, oh okay, they're doing some stuff, which is interesting.
Was this, and my opinion on that is OJ wasn't targeted, no, but during sentencing, I mean, did they want to throw the book at him? I'm sure, because look to the front of the building. I probably have crap all over my... All right, so I'll be back later.
Okay, perfect. All right, shout out to her.
Weeks later, how does that play out in the jury room?
Once
where
again,
we showed you
verdict watch
those images
people.
of what is a pretty bland room.
In a few minutes here, I'm going to go cover, if you are interested in, the Drake and UMG situation. They were also in federal court yesterday, but they were arguing over a motion to dismiss. I'll give you some updates on that and what it means for both sides. And then obviously, like, listen, I know I feel like I'm a ghetto lawyer, but we're also going to cover some regular hip-hop topics. So if you do have some other regular hip-hop topics, please send them over. I also see some streamer beef happening. I seen the DDG, even with Reggie and stuff like that. I don't know, we might touch on that too. But again, we are verdict to watch, so we're going to have some time. It's only so much we could regurgitate some of the same stuff, even though there's a lot we could dig up. I'm also trying to get some exhibits here. By the way, do you want to see let me show you the messages, right? Remember I read some messages?
Reggie and DDG beefing? Is it for promo or is it real? Because they both doing music now. Reggie getting off too. DDG got hits though.
Puff is basically just taking advantage of her, and he's emotionally abusing her to the point that she's like, she feels she can't leave, this and third. Even though, by the way, I brought up the point where I think it was either Capricorn or Mia said to her, like, yo, you should leave that nigga Puff. And she said, well, who am I going to leave him for? Like, Jay-Z already got a girl. Which you could tell she was thinking about, obviously, someone that had that type of fame and notoriety. Just a second. I got these messages that was showing that Cassie's not that innocent. And Diddy was calling her out. Like, you want to read these for me? Cassie, like, Diddy was calling her out. Like, yo, you're doing this thing where you're like a fucking... Let's read it, Chad, right? So check this out. So this is kind of like after Diddy kind of broke up with her, right? When did Kim Porter die? So Kim Porter died in November. Okay. So I guess they were kind of on the outs at that point, because Kim Porter died in November 15, 2018. And this message is from September. But you gotta remember that year of 2018, this is when she's starting to cheat with the trainer, right? She's cheating with the trainer in 2018, right? Now keep in mind, this is like 6 years after she's done cheated with Kid Cudi. So this idea that Cassie is like a woman who doesn't know how to leave, or who's so loyal that she just, Diddy's all she knows, and they love to throw this word around like, yo, you groomed her. So you groomed her, so like she can't leave, like she's like mentally just enslaving to you. Cassie's kind of still doing her thing. Let's read these messages. This is Cassie saying, hey. Cassie said, just finished getting ready. And Diddy says, I'm getting ready too. Are you tired? She says, no. She says, Diddy says, yay. She says, I'm not trying to be up all night, but I'm guessing that means good. Diddy says, I ain't see you in over a month, baby. That's crazy. She says, yup, LOL. Then Diddy says, you gonna Uber to catch? She says, sure. When are you getting there? 10 minutes away. I have Fahim wait out front for you. She says, okay, be there in 10 minutes. Okay. Then let's look at the time here. So it looks like, wow, they were going somewhere. This is probably Eastern time. They were going somewhere, I guess in LA. is Catch a Club or something like that, or a restaurant? Anyway, whatever. Then she messages pretty much the next day. We could tell clearly this is the next. Is it the next day? Yeah, next day. The next day, because this is an AM. Now this is PM. I had a lot of fun with you. She's referring to last night. Thank you for the night. I told myself I didn't want anything to happen. Right? So she's saying, and I believe this might be the night that she then testified that she considered it rape. She says, I told myself I didn't want anything to happen, but I'm not tripping on it. I know you aren't either. I'll let you know what I talk about with my publicist. I'll keep you posted on that. I love you. Then he texts back an hour later, right? Shaking my head. She says, question mark. Look like she sends him an emoji or some type of picture. And then Diddy says, so you're going to ignore the fact that whoever so-and-so was FaceTiming you while I'm making love to you. Guess who that person is? Her husband. You worrying about me having friends, and it's apparent that you have friends. It's crazy. Then you want to act like it didn't happen. She says, I really didn't know who that was. I looked at it this morning and I still don't know. So I blocked it. I get weird calls often, even if they're locked in. I know you do too.
Even if they're locked in.
And I'm not acting like it didn't happen. I remember.
What she mean? Even if they locked in? How they weird calls if they locked in? I don't even get that. That don't even make sense to me. She lying.
That's all I wanted to say. I know we didn't get into anything deep, but I wanted you to know that. She says, it's always been a nigga fucking up our shit. Always. You act like this broken-hearted angel, and you're just not. The question is, who are you? And that is like, if I'm the defense team during the trial, I would have been on this shit the whole time. Diddy's calling her out for her shit. He's been saying, yeah, we've been having this toxic relationship and shit, but you acting like you an angel. It's always been a nigga that's been fucking up our shit. You act like this broken-hearted angel, and you're not. So I'm trying to figure out, who the fuck are you? Now they redacted part of it. It says, for 1 second, I felt love and affection for us. But as usual, there's always another nigga. And you questioning me about girls that ain't FaceTiming me at 3. So I guess Cassie is insanely jealous. She's always asking, who's this? Who's that?
This nigga going,
who's this? Who's
going
that?
off. Diddy, he reading Diddy's messages to Cassie. And he telling Cassie, like, you always got another nigga.
And he sees the FaceTime
like,
go off. Who the fuck is that?
It's
well, she
always
saves him
another
under
nigga.
her name.
I'm fucking you, and the nigga FaceTime.
You're gonna hear what name it's
like,
under. So he says, after all this time, remember this is now they've been together.
He said I'm making love to you, and a nigga FaceTiming you, and you gonna act like nothing happened.
After all this time, you were
She was
still
like,
lying.
I get weird calls all the time, even if they're locked in.
Your lie. If I'm the
I'm
prosecutor,
like, even if they locked in, what the fuck you mean? How you get a weird call from a nigga that's locked in?
Cassie,
that don't make sense.
A manipulator like Paul.
She
were both
fucking.
Cassie had hoes. Diddy had hoes. They were both on some shit.
So they both was on some freaky ass, dicky ass shit.
You need to stop living your life.
I don't think they should find
It was
Diddy
almost
guilty
like Diddy saying, alright, you've caught me in all my bullshit. My bullshit's out there. I gotta live my truth.
She's obviously a freak.
You know about
and he already gave her $20 million.
You act like you just
fuck out of here.
That's cap. She says, you're taking this way too far. That ain't true at all. I can't even be defensive with it because there's nothing to defend.
Can't wait till I get my other
I don't know who that was. What time are we leaving? I don't have niggas at all.
8:15.
Oh my God, the biggest lie that I've ever heard been told. I ain't got no hoes, huh? Biggest lie, chat. Biggest lie. She said, I don't have no niggas. No niggas. And I was saying thank you for last night because I enjoyed it. Hear what Diddy says. And you could tell. And this is why I would also focus on this chat. If I'm the because yes, Diddy's an abuser, but you have to put it in the context of they're in a toxic relationship. She's loving hard and he's loving hard.
Facts.
Not defending the abuse, but they're both loving extremely fucking hard. You get what I'm saying? Listen to how Diddy says to her. after that. Because she's just, you could tell. Yo, you ever look back at a message between two people and you can be like, oh, this person cares a lot, or they're in their feelings, while this other person don't care. One liner, you can tell she's just not. Look what, you can tell Diddy's a little bit hurt. Right? Look, a monster as we hear he is. He's hurt. He says, hopefully you can understand how I feel. It was one of the best nights we've had in years. It's unfortunate I had to see that. And you gonna act like you got no idea who you loaded into your phone. Remember, the number that called FaceTime was a saved number.
Facts. How the fuck you don't know who the fuck you save in your phone? Don't make sense.
The angel, or maybe it's being angled, please. I had a perfect night, the most beautiful night, the most fun night.
Listen, world, I ain't saying Diddy guilty. I ain't saying Diddy innocent. But I'm saying it ain't enough to take this man to jail. They both was on some freaky deaky shit, and she done got $20 million out the deal. Fuck all that, man. Nah. And he just spent all this money on these lawyers. Nah. Let him go.
Toxic relationships are like this.
Now, if he do something else, throw his ass under the jail. But let him go for this.
Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Every toxic relationship, the moment one stop caring, the other cares the most to keep you in the cycle. And it's a tough.
And another thing, this nigga ain't had no criminal organization. This nigga was doing dumbass shit, stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? He was just having a lot of fun. If half the shit he did, I ain't do. But I know niggas that did this shit, just partying and shit. This is just, he was just extra freaky deek. Freak-a-link, Keisha, Tracia, Laura, Freak-a-link, Keisha, Tanisha, Yolanda, Freak-a-link. You feel me? Gorilla pimping out here. He was trying.
That text. Diddy text her one word. She texted Diddy 5 times. Diddy text her one word. Diddy would even tell her when she didn't answer, bitch, you better answer my fucking call within the minute. He says, you need to put my shit on super alert. Super. You're like, yo, he's like, whatever alert you got, it need to be on some extra alert for me. Diddy hits her, an hour later, no message. You know, he's staring at his phone every time he is that That ain't Cassie, gang. That's not Cassie. That's not Cassie. So now he hits back an hour later. Do you have a response? My boy's hurting. Real players get hurt. Real players get hurt. That's true. Then he even says it. That shit hurt. Yo, my boy, he's in his feelings. Look, this is how you know it's kind of over. She hits him with a one-word answer. It's the direct flip of what he was doing to her when she was begging for his love. Wrong. That's it. My nigga wrote a paragraph. He wrote a paragraph. Triple texted. She just said wrong. That's it. That's it. Oh, you know one of them ones. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts, Dad. It hurts. Diddy was going through it. His stomach probably felt like he had diarrhea. You don't know what's going on. Look Diddy's next text. Wrong what? Diddy's triple texting now. You don't understand where I'm coming from? Trust me, I understand more than you know, but you're wrong about it. What am I wrong about? My boy is hurt. His stomach is intertwined. Pause. He's needing some clarification from Shorty. She been fucking a lot of dudes. He said, what am I wrong about? And then, typical toxic relationship shit. She, instead of explaining who the nigga that was FaceTiming her when she's getting, she gaslights him and names his bitches. What about Gino? What about Jocelyn? Who the fuck is Jocelyn? Who's Jocelyn, Jack? Who's Jocelyn? Holy. What about Jordan? Typical gaslighter. He trying to figure out who's that man. She says, you wrong about that. That's a random number. So Diddy's like, how's a random number? It's a random number, but it's in your phone. How that make sense? Make this make sense to me. So now she's like, let's talk about Gina, Jocelyn, Jordan. By the way, chat, I think I found a 19-year-old. You want me to see it? You want me to show you? Well, she was 19 at the time. She's obviously not 19 now. But that was with Daphne. Daphne caught. Daphne caught. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna show y'all. It's not the girl who we actually put up. It ain't the girl we put up low key. Cause that girl was like 25 type shit, 25 or pushing 30. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. You wanna see her? I got it. Trust. I got it, chat. And I'm gonna get back to reading the message. Don't worry.
Find that shit. Alright, now's the time y'all hit that like, hit that subscribe. You already know you rocking with the best, most valuable podcast. Let's get it.
Give me a second. I'm gonna find it.
You found it? Alright, bet. Let's get it. Come on, alright. You don't never let me down.
That baby chat. This is her. And I ain't gonna lie. Diddy had the yo, this nigga had the lineup. This is Shorty. Oh my sweet. Obviously she was younger then. So this was actually I think she's like she just like turned 21. Like she young still. But this is her. This is her. This is her. This is her, chat. I'm gonna show you.
Diddy had a type.
I'm gonna show you the proof. You know, I got it. You know, I got it in 10K for y'all. I got it in 10K. I got it in 10K for y'all. Hold on, chat. That's her. Here we go. Bingo. This is her ass right here. Her and Diddy. Her and Diddy. She wished him, she said, happy, more life. Let me see. Let me zoom in a little bit. Happy birthday to my twin flame. More life. This is her and Diddy. Diddy was rocking with Daphne Joy and went young on him. Went young on that bitch. I ain't gonna lie. He went young. She was 35. She was 35. Actually, no, she was like 37. She was 37. And all of a sudden, she looked up. Diddy's over here piping her out, bro. It's a cold world out here. It's a cold world. It's a cold world. It was a cold world, chat. It's a cold world. It's a cold world. It's a cold world. It's a cold world, chat. It's a cold world. That's why Daphne said, you a PDF. You a PDF. Nah, Diddy was hitting it when she 19. PDF. That's why she said that. Now granted, just to be clear, it was all legal. But Daphne was pushing 40. Holy. I don't think she got no Diddy stuff on that. Yeah. It's a cold world, chat. It's a very cold world. Holy. This is her name right here.
He doxing her
I
shit.
think some people figured it out. Or didn't they?
They did now.
Apparently Liam Payne used to date her too. Look at this. Lipstick Alley be having cheeks. Look. This is a 21-year-old groupie. I don't know if she's groupie. Yeah. Anyway. Yo, Diddy was getting him still. I can't even lie. Diddy was getting him. Gotta keep it a bean. Diddy was getting him. She scrubbed her Instagram on anything Diddy related.
Hey gang, we gonna stay with our eyes open, our antennas up, waiting for this verdict. You already know what it is. Y'all have a beautiful day. Stay peace, stay prosperous. It's your boy Cinco Bands the Man. Looking like $100 grand. You already know I got the plan. It's the most valuable podcast. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.